let's talk about remedies.
Oh. Hey everyone.
Hi.
We were just discussing the horrors of chapped lips in Austin summers.
Like a fisherman.
Seriously.
No.
I hope none of you can see our
Yeah.
hideously deformed faces tonight.
Let's just give a minute to Austin and the weird ailments that it causes, like really chapped lips that extend beyond my lips into my mouth region.
Same
and
here.
knuckles.
And also horrible body covering hives that I get every once in a while
Oh man.
from some sort of, I don't even know.
Do you
Screw you,
specialize in
Austin.
hives? Give Alex a call at 956-432-3618. He'll be happy to receive your advice.
And you know what? Many doctors have tried, so I'll give you anything you want if you can give me some sort of information on my ailments.
I got a very terrible case of hives when I was 10 that covered my entire body and got me out of school for 3 days.
That's kind of exciting.
It was, at the time especially.
Yeah. Well,
But here we are.
indeed. Happy Tuesday, viewers.
Happy Tuesday. This is a very nice bottle of
Riesling?
Marcus James Riesling, and it's all right.
Yeah, no, this is pretty
nice.
very
It's
expensive from the
color.
7-Eleven down the street.
Yeah, it definitely comes from their vault, and this is kind of a nice apple-colored shade of urine, and this is like a belly button tattoo.
That is absolutely like a belly button tattoo.
It's
The one that your
bring it
mom
closer.
has that she doesn't want anyone to know.
Yes. Lord
So-
knows my mom does.
Does
Not
she?
really. No, not really.
I was going to say your mom is
She's
crying
very
right
into
now.
body art.
Your
Very
mom-
into body art.
But
So,
we're here to help out tonight. We actually have a question.
well, you have a question. We'll
From
jump
our
right
viewer.
into it. The viewer will, I don't know if he's actually viewing, but either way, he wrote in. He will remain anonymous, and I'm going to read his quandary real quick. Alex, give me just 1 second to pull this up.
Of
If you'd like
course.
to entertain our audience.
I don't know what I can possibly say.
How was your day today?
My day was quite good.
Did anything peculiar happen?
I
Like
actually
crazy
got
restaurant.
asked to be a stripper at at an Indian food restaurant by a lesbian. So that is
That is a good day.
That is a good day.
That is what I call a career advancing day.
That is a career advancing day. So if you guys ever want to go to any local Austin Indian food restaurants, you may or may not see me stripping there.
Are you
And-
allowed to say the name, or is that not?
Oh yeah, go to Tedgy's. Tedgy's is wonderful.
Stripping at
Okay. It was mostly, it was a lesbian. She was
okay.
like, but she was,
I really was thinking like it was like some kind of weird hybrid.
that was, I mean, me and her were discussing how that would definitely bring people in. I would go to an Indian food / strip club. I would.
Especially where you were stripping.
Yeah.
I would be sure to be a regular patron because I know you would support my stripping career.
Yeah, we can support each other's stripping careers, and then you can stick dollar bills in my pants, and I can tell you about my child.
That has happened.
Past
I have a question.
Yes.
Yes.
What's a bigger deal breaker on the first date? Or like what's something you should say less? Either A, I really gotta get home. I have my board game night with my friends in an hour. Or B, I really gotta be getting home. WWE Raw starts in an hour.
So for those of you who did not hear, an anonymous off-screen audience member asked what would be a bigger deal breaker on the first date that he is going on tonight with
Having
this girl.
board game night or WWE related.
What would be worse to tell her?
I think WWE would be worse, just because board games more often can include women in the audience.
Let me tell you, it really depends on the girl.
Yeah, it does depend on the girl, but I know some girls it may have taken them a little bit to get into it, whereas a lot of people could really enjoy something like Ticket to Ride. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, neither of those would be a deal breaker for me. Actually,
I was going to say, I think
they'd be positive.
this audience member's asking the wrong people.
Yeah.
But I think that if you have opinions on this, single ladies out there, you should feel free to tweet us at A&K Help You for your responses.
Yeah. And let us know what you think about that.
Yeah. Also, it's like a kind of a way to promote our account. We'll I'll be asking fun questions every other day.
I agree. Here's a real good advice question that neither of us can answer. How can you force us to properly maintain our website or TV show or whatever this is going to be called?
Yeah, I only tweet from that account when I'm drunk.
Same here. So,
like, I think maybe it'd be really cool if people could go back and fave the funny tweet that I made because nobody seemed to fave it.
I feel like I would have.
You would have totally. I don't
probably
think,
would have retweeted it.
Probably would have RT'd it. This one, I tweeted at Jeff Bear. He didn't respond. Jeff, if you could get on that, thank you.
Yeah, please, Jeff.
So 6 days ago, after I had drank some at a sports bar, I tweeted from that account, "Hello, are we all doing okay? Faith for yes, RT for no." I thought it was pretty funny. If you could go back and answer that, that'd be cool. Okay.
I highly encourage. All right, so here's our question from our anonymous viewer.
All right, here we go. I'm going to read this and enunciate it clearly. Okay. I knew a girl for a long time. Apparently, she was into me on and off for years. She ran away to the mountains with 2 years left on her degree here and has recently returned. I'm trying to tell her how I feel about her just to get it off my chest rather than to get a girlfriend, but it's hard to get her alone to the point that I can do this. I'm also one of the only people who could probably talk her into staying in town and finishing her degree, since I inadvertently helped her talk her into leaving in the first place. I wasn't able to do this before due to various personal issues and had to watch her move through a series of abusive boyfriends. What do I do? So, we were talking about this beforehand. Alice, I don't know if you wanted to start or if we can. I feel like we were still in the process of discussing how we feel about this.
A lot of this depends on what exactly you want from the situation. And now I know that you said that you want to get this more so off your chest than get a girlfriend, but I also sense that you have more than just a friendly interest in this girl. And she has shown interest in you in the past, which means it's not unlikely. But she also, based on the fact that she may have moved to the mountains and had a series of abusive boyfriends, may represent to some extent her instability in general. And while you should definitely convince her to live here over the mountains, because I think just like as a lifestyle, that's probably healthier to be more social and have interaction. Mm-hmm. I think the idea of you guys possibly getting together can be really negative for you and for the relationship in general, because take it from someone who's done it before, being someone's anchor to reality is never a positive. Now, there's probably reasons that she's stayed with abusive boyfriends, and there's probably reasons that I'm going to assume she had some sort of mental breakdown and moved out to the mountains. And while you can fix it on the surface, it would only be a band-aid. She would have to want to get help on her own, go to therapy, and if she's doing it for you or because of you, then that always gives her that opportunity to be like, well, fine, leave me, and I'm just going to go off the deep end again. And then you'll either be stuck with her, or you'll always resent her for the fact that you have to take care of her, which I know you might not think now, but that is the directions a lot of relationships take. Someone should fix themselves because they want to and not because they're dating someone. But
yeah, that was beautifully said. That was, I really agree with that. I think that it depends. I mean, maybe, I don't know the situation exactly, obviously, but maybe this girl has had some time to become more stable and become the sort of person who is interested in being in a healthy relationship again. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been since you've last been in a relationship. If it hasn't been that long, and if she's just moved back into town, I would definitely give her space to let her gain her footing, like you said, on her own terms and learn how to take care of herself again. And so I think if it hasn't been that long, I think you definitely want to give her a little space to do that. Although there's nothing wrong with letting her know that you're there as a friend. If she wants somebody to,
just texting her, messaging her in some way, letting her know that if she wants someone to talk to, you would be there to do it. Mm-hmm. that's the most important thing. Because sometimes people that are in dark places are just looking for someone, or knowing that someone out there cares about them, regardless of whether they take them up on that. So.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if it has been some time since she's moved here and you think that she might be interested in dating again, send her a message. Ask her if she wants to hang out. I don't know if you're kind of on those terms with her or not.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt to just ask casually. If she seems interested, then go from there. And you don't know where things might go. If she doesn't seem interested, it just might be a clue that she's not quite ready to like go down that road yet. Which, don't take it too personally, because
it sounds like she's been having a hard time.
Yeah, but I think I'm sorry.
Oh no, continue.
I was going to say, I'm sure that you have good intuition in knowing whether she's maybe ready to start dating again or not, as maybe whether that's a good thing for her. And so use that to guide you. And if you think that there's a chance she is, give it a shot. Ask her to hang out. But if not, give her a space and wait to see what future might bring.
Mixed with if you do decide to, talk to her, ask her to hang out, be direct about it. Not necessarily about like, I want to date you, but directly message her, be like, hey, want to hang out, just me and you sometime, or like, you want to go to the movies with me, or whatever. Because playing games with people is a thing of the past, and no one really does it. Which is where I'm going to get to my next point, is how you said it's been seemingly hard to get her on her own. Sometimes we all would like to think that is just because of someone's cluelessness about a situation, or the fact that she is clueless to your intentions. However, I do think that for the most part, people are more intuitive than they say they are. And so even if she has or she says she would have no idea, I think that a lot of times people would be avoiding that sort of a confrontation, especially since it seems that you know her very well, and that you were the one that sort of accidentally led her to leave to the mountains in the first place. So she's probably avoiding that, talking about the situation now that she's back. So she might be avoiding you, which means don't track her down, because she's not going to want to talk about it when you do. She's going to want to talk about it when she's ready. So just let her know that you are here when she's ready to talk about it, and she'll come to you. I can almost guarantee it. And if she doesn't, she still has a lot of growing, self-cultivation that she needs to work on. And it's something that you probably can't help her with, because you can't force someone to get better.
Yeah.
But
that's very true. I think that's very well put. And so you were basically saying that you
let her know.
Let her, yeah.
Yeah, let her know that you're here to talk when she wants to talk, if she wants to talk, by means of whatever. See, even if you're with her with a group of people, if you can get her off to the side just to tell her that. But that's about it. If she wants to move back to the mountains, there might not be anything you could do about it. But we can't assume that's what it is.
But I think basically, just letting her know that you care, but also giving her space a little bit. And I think that, kind of like you said, it's letting her know that you're there, but don't force the
issue if she doesn't want to talk about it, because it's only going to make her resent you.
Well, like you said too, people definitely, I think, generally are going to be intuitive about these things and know kind of what your intentions might be. So if she is avoiding conversations right now, there's probably a reason for that. And again, it just might be a matter of giving her a little more space.
Yeah.
Especially if she's been hurt a lot recently in her life.
Yeah, there's nothing you can. Like we said, I know from experience, you can't make someone want to get better. And if they do get better because they're dating you, you're only going to end up resenting them, or they're going to end up resenting you because someone's doing something that, they feel stuck doing. You should never be someone's savior. Yeah. That is an unhealthy way to have a relationship.
Exactly. And I feel like we all kind of have that one experience where we think we can do that to somebody, before we hopefully grow up after the first experience.
Or it goes
realize,
horribly wrong.
well, that's kind of what teaches us, you know.
Yeah,
And
when
I
it
think,
goes horribly wrong.
yeah, and I think it does take being in that situation to realize that it's as kind of romantic as that idea is in a twisted way, that usually it ends up stressing you out a whole lot, and that person doesn't really end up being very good.
Yeah, in a worst case scenario is you teach them how to get better. In the process, you become miserable, and then they leave you. So you just kind of took their shit, put it into your bucket, and they left. So
we've reached a darker point here.
This is when it gets really bad.
This is, yeah.
But always look out for number one, and I don't mean that in that like I'm gonna go shoot a bunch of people because I want their money and I'm looking out for number one. I mean that in the way of if something is unhealthy for you to stay in it, it's better to help yourself because don't be a martyr.
Yeah.
Being a martyr is never a good way to have a relationship.
And I do know too, I mean, I definitely understand that this is somebody that that's been in your life for several years. I understand that has a certain pool that's really hard to let go of. And I think that because you start to romanticize that person a lot, and especially if they're not around, you begin to romanticize them even more. And then it takes you a while before you realize, but basically before you take the person off the pedestal and realize that, oh yeah, this is, you know, just some lady or just some dude who, you know, is cool, but maybe just doesn't really have things together, and probably shouldn't be spending a whole lot of time romanticizing this.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, I
feel like,
completely agree. When
yeah.
someone's not there, you forget all the bad memories, you remember all the good things that ever happened, and suddenly they become this person that's part of who they are, but not who they are, because you're a person and they're just as much a person as you are. They make mistakes, they do things they regret, they act hypocritically, and you have to accept that about them because no one's perfect. You have to acknowledge that about them.
Yeah.
Because they'll end up resenting you for holding them to such a high standard.
Exactly.
And being really upset when they definitely don't live up to that.
No. I hope we've helped in some way.
Yeah.
At least we've given you thoughts. And just know at the end of the day, like, I've been there in my own way. You've been there in your own way. It's a shitty situation. But at the very least, just kind of, sometimes you just have to take it. I think some of the wisest advice I've ever received is sometimes you just have to take a while just to acknowledge how you feel about things. Acknowledge, like, how kind of, like, maybe obsessed you feel in the moment, or how, like, just passionately you feel, or how shitty you feel, or whatever it might be. And take a minute to just, like, acknowledge those feelings and be okay with them for a little while. And that kind of helps you eventually, after some time, move on from them if that's what happen.
And it's great to feel important in someone's life, you know, like important enough to convince them to make major life decisions, but you should be important in a different sort of a way. You should be important in the way where they consider you in their decisions, and, you know, where they're not really messed up and you're their, like, branch. To, you know, their heavy thing to rest upon. I don't know. You shouldn't be a crutch.
Yeah. And I hope this doesn't start sounding really cliche, but also another solution is when you do find yourself fixating on one person, and there comes a time when you realize that person is not somebody that's necessarily worth your time at this point. And I don't know if you're in that situation or not, but if you are, or after hearing our advice, you feel like you are, it does always help to find ways to just kind of engage with other people. And even if it's somebody that's just somebody you'll hang out with or date a few times, it's somebody to distract you and kind of put things in perspective. So that's something to keep in mind too.
Indeed.
Do we have any other questions?
We don't have any other questions as far as I know.
Yeah,
so.
I'll double check. If not, I poured my second glass of wine.
Same.
We have 10 more minutes.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. We have 10 minutes and 3 viewers. So
shout out to Casey Broski for her really cool football photo.
Casey Broski, you're a crazy bitch and you're really good at sports trivia, regardless of what those assholes say.
Yeah, she better be our co-host next week.
Also, we're looking for more co-hosts if anyone wants. I know Lydia Garcia, if you're watching this, you're welcome to co-host anytime that you like. Also, I invited my brother to co-host tonight,
Ooh.
but he is currently using my UTID on campus to do work. So,
I think next week we're going to have a special edition of Alex and Kelsey's Late Night Advice Show that's graduation themed.
Graduating from college, which I am not.
You're not, but it's
Not
like
till
graduation, not till December, a whole lot. But we have very, very important people close to us who are. I think we should make it graduation themed. I think we can. I feel like sometimes you feel like you have to have reached this really great place in your life to offer advice, and that's not necessarily true because, hey, I'm giving advice. But
I know. Same Z's.
So we'll shoot the shit and get real about like funny job stuff and that kind of thing. And then I think the episode after that, I'm going to nominate it as younger sibling theme. I feel like Alex.
Can we invite both of our younger siblings?
I think that'd be very good. Alex and I are very concerned about our younger siblings.
I'd also like to know what people think of how we look. Do we look similar to our siblings?
Oh, I thought you like how we look in general. And I was
No,
like, I don't really know if I want to.
Similarities.
go
Not
that
God.
route.
Please don't judge us. I don't.
Please don't write it about how we look. I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore yesterday.
Me, I'm wearing the same pants I wore yesterday, and I haven't bathed this afternoon.
Me neither.
High five.
What's up? Woo! I thought about
Look at us.
Then
We're ready to give advice.
So that'll be our younger siblings will be on Summer and Dean.
Yeah, actually, should we let them meet?
Before we.
No, I mean, like, is it a good idea to have them influence each other?
Oh, probably not. They might end up, I don't know, sharing a drug dealer or something. Just kidding.
We did. No, but in all seriousness, Dean,
no.
Dean, if you watch this to this point, I love you and I'm kidding.
I
a
love
wonderful
you,
person.
Summer, and I'm kidding. I know, we're kidding, right?
You guys are our two favorite
kidding.
siblings.
Yeah, I love you.
You are literally, Dean, I love you so much. Please, I'm excited for you to co-host with me, even though you don't know that you're doing that yet.
I don't think our younger siblings are watching.
I don't think they are either.
But
if you are,
we
get
love
ready.
you, and we care so much for you, and that's why we do all the shit that we do all the
We
time.
really, 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 really do. So very, very
So,
much.
yeah, 2 weeks from now, look forward to our younger sibling themed edition. Please feel free to write in with any issues concerning any of your siblings. Older,
Or
younger,
parents,
middle, distant, estranged.
cousins. Have you ever had
Especially.
bad, dirty thoughts about your
Oh,
cousins?
yeah, write in about that.
I don't know. We can tell you how fucked up you are.
I
Incest
might
isn't
tell
okay.
you my feelings. I don't know.
Oh, Kelsey, what?
No, not, I don't know.
Almost all of my cousins
What?
are
That's
female,
weird.
so
Yeah.
I
Oh.
can't have dirty thoughts about you. I'm sorry.
No, that's true. Yeah. No, but I will say this. Up until I understood how brother, because I don't have any brothers. First off, I think that probably informs the matter. But up until I was 5 or 6, I definitely thought that I could date my brother, and that would make us even closer. So I told everybody that I wanted to be Jonathan Taylor Thomas's sister and marry him. That way we'd be closer.
I mean, if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, then you would know that that is indeed a way to get closer.
Yeah.
Also, try having sex on your dead son's body.
Yeah.
That is always that usually helps me with my intimacy issues. But write to us about intimacy issues, and we might give you...
intimacy issues. We're certified sex therapists. We have a practice on 7th and Lamar.
Come visit us. We will help you with your couple sex problems.
Do you feel like you just lost a spark? Has it been a while?
It might have been a bit.
Talk to us.
Well,
is there something you want to explore that you haven't told anybody about? You should definitely call us.
Here's the
about
thing.
that.
Yeah, 1, tell us about it.
Uh-huh.
2, also tell your significant other about it. But also, it depends. You have to get them. Sometimes you might have to get them a little bit drunk. There's some things.
Always get them a little bit. Right?
Get a little bit. It depends what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Depends what it is. But it's
Sometimes
always
they understand
better.
you right off the bat.
Yeah, Shrek said it best. Better out than in. So always remember that. So if you're into a bit of bondage or God forbid pooping on someone,
you can tell us. We won't judge.
tell us. We won't judge.
I mean, 90% of things we won't judge.
Well, I mean,
10%
yeah,
we might.
10% we might, but we're not going to tell you because we're professional.
Yeah, I know we don't.
We're professional.
Yeah. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. I guess we have 4 more minutes left.
Yeah, we have 4 more minutes.
Do you have any more questions from the audience?
Oh man.
Luke, here's a question for you. Oh, I got a question. Okay. I haven't written any stories in a while, and I want to get back into it. I just have trouble feeling motivated. Any advice? Well, in our last 4 minutes, anonymous viewer.
Stories?
Yeah, try telling stories about your own life. Also,
Like fiction, in other words?
Yeah,
Are you talking about fictional stories?
fiction or otherwise.
Do it.
You can write stories about what you know, write stories about your own life, and if you're looking for motivation, put yourself in positions where you have a story that you have to tell. You know, do something new, do something adventurous, and if you feel really enthusiastic about what's happened to you, you'll want to write about it.
I mean,
That doesn't necessarily mean go to a brothel and have a bunch of sex with strangers and get HIV.
Maybe you want
But if that is what happens, be sure to tell any people that you have sex with in the future.
I think. Oh, Alex! Oh man! No, but I think I think that our audience member off camera had a pretty good point. I think at the end of the day, it is something you just have to do. While it is a very good idea to go out and have adventures, there's so many things that can be excuses in your mind for not doing it. Take it from somebody who's used those excuses a lot. And at the end of the day, if you have to just do it, even if you write something really shitty that you hate when you look back on, and sometimes you leave it open in a Google Doc, and people that you don't want to stumble across it at Google Docs, sometimes you have to do that anyhow, because at least you're writing, and the more you write, the better you'll feel about.
The more you write, the better you feel. So have some writing with every meal.
One of the best advice that I've ever received, or on writing, came from my wonderful creative writing professor in high school, Mrs. Hardwick. If you were anyone that knows you was watching this, we wrote something every single day in a journal. Even if I didn't want to write something, you just have to learn to do it every day, make it into a habit, and then you'll start coming up with ideas, thinking of something to write about. If anything, just to make it easier that you have to write. So that is my thought process on it. I've never considered writing as a profession, but this is the best I can offer for it. But
no, make yourself do it every day. You'll start to feel more confident in your tone.
Like going to the gym or exercising. You don't want to do it necessarily unless you're a crazy person. In that case, get out. You're not welcome to watch your show. Yeah.
Especially if you like running. The fuck.
Right? What the hell is wrong with you?
But we hope we've helped. Thank you very much to those of you who submitted your inquiries and bared a little bit of your soul. We hope we have helped. I'm feeling this Marcus James pulsate through my body.
That joins me. Would you like to finish this off, or should I?
We'll finish it off, and on that note, as we finish this off, we'll leave you to go drink your own glass of wine.
And we'll be back on Sunday,
most
likely. I have a biochemistry final the day after, but you know what? I'm going to pick our beautiful, gigantic audience of 3 people over that. Because you know what? Biochemistry is for suckers, and only 3 out of the 12 medical schools that I'm applying to require it. Yeah. So
Alex and my current partner and I are all getting married. That way Alex can support us.
We're going to have a beautiful 3-way relationship. So,
and we'll have a pool no matter what.
Pool, was it pool style? With
our pool culture.
Pool Culture magazine.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, Kelsey Lawrence here is going to be having her own bat mitzvah with me as the rabbi at some point. And it's going to be Pool Culture themed. So all of our viewers are welcome.
What a surprise! Oh, Alex, thank you for announcing us on screen.
Well, you're going to be a woman.
I'm going to be a woman, which is something I've been waiting for a while now.
I know.
And so that'll be happening sometime soon.
Yeah, sooner than later,
You'll
we'll
receive
figure
the
out the date. You'll all receive the invitations.
Yes.
So, thank you for watching. Oh, Jesus Christ. We'll be back on Sunday. I almost said that in like a Minnesotan accent. Minnesotan. I don't know. We'll be back on Sunday.
Okay. We'll be back
And
Sunday.
save up some of your questions. We'll be asking them throughout the week. And if you have any information on how to properly run an advice show, let us know, because
We think we do a pretty good job.
we're gonna make some posters with sparkles on them,
Okay.
and I think that'll get people to write to us.
I think so too. I love you guys. We love you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for watching.
Have a
You
very
guys
good
are the
night.
best. And peace out.